Emerald tree boa. What is an emerald tree boa? The emerald tree boa is a specific type of non-venomous snake that lives in the tree canopies of the Amazon rainforest. However, you've probably seen them in zoos and exotic pet stores all around the world. They're quite unique in terms of color, diet, habitat, and body structure, so they're always a crowd pleaser. How many species of the emerald tree boa are there? There are two populations of emerald tree boas living in South America. One resides in the Guiana Shield, while another inhabits the Amazon basin. For a long time, scientists assumed that these populations were the same species living in separate regions. It took further research to realize that there were major differences between the two. As a result, the Amazon basin snakes were reclassified as Corallus bateacei, while the Guiana Shield snakes remained Corallus caninus. What does the emerald tree boa look like? There are several ways that emerald tree boas stand out from other snakes in the Amazon. For starters, they have astonishing colors. The most common is a bright emerald green that matches their name, but they can also be a light, yellowish green or dark olive green. Their bellies are yellow. Emerald tree boas are also known for the white lightning bolts that zigzag along their back. These markings stand out quite clearly against their green scales, so it's easy to distinguish emeralds from other snakes that live in trees. Finally, emerald tree boas have long, curved teeth that are much more prominent than other members of their genus. These teeth don't contain any venom, but they play a vital role in the emerald's hunting. Differences between Corallus caninus and Corallus bateacei. In 2009, the species Amazon basin emerald tree boa became its own species when it was revalidated from the synonymy Corallus caninus by Henderson Reptile Database. Emerald tree boa, Guiana Shield, Corallus caninus, emerald green color with white zigzag stripes, lightning bolts, along its back. Grows to about 6 feet, 1.8 meters, in length. Amazon basin emerald tree boa, Corallus bateacei, most noticeable difference is the white vertebral stripe that runs the length of its body. There are intermittent white crossbars with some random black spots. Its back, dorsum, is dark green and has a yellow belly. Adults grow to about 9 feet, 2.7 meters, in length. The species are genetically similar. Corallus caninus and Corallus bateacei can interbreed and their litters are fertile. Hybrids are visually distinct from both parents. What emerald tree boa species lives in Ecuador? Both species, Corallus caninus and Corallus bateacei, are found in Ecuador. And while Corallus caninus, emerald tree boa, is identified with the Guiana Shield region, areas east of Ecuador, it does exist in Ecuador's Amazon region. How big is an emerald tree boa? Guiana Shield snakes are smaller and brighter than their cousins, they measure between 4 to 6 feet. Amazon basin snakes are longer at 7 to 9 feet. How much does an emerald tree boa weigh? Emerald tree boas usually weigh between 2 to 4 pounds. In an interesting twist, females are bigger than males. They top the scale at 3 to 4 pounds while males are slightly lighter at 2 to 3 pounds. How big do emerald tree boas get? The largest emerald tree boa was said to be 10 feet long. However, this was an unconfirmed report, so take it with a grain of salt. Do emerald tree boas actually live in trees? Yes. With their natural green camouflage, emerald tree boas are most comfortable in the tree canopies of rainforests and wetlands. They slither through the leaves and coil around the branches with their entire bodies. They even have long, prehensile tails that they use for gripping. One funny feature of emerald tree boas is that they like to curl around tree branches with their heads resting on the middle of their bodies like a pillow. Only a few other snake species do this. How did the emerald tree boa get its name? The emerald tree boa has a pretty straightforward name. Emerald refers to its bright green coloring, and tree boa is a casual way to describe boa constrictors that are arboreal, tree-dwelling. What is the emerald tree boa's Latin name? The scientific name of the first type of emerald tree boa is Corallus bateacei. Corallus refers to its coral-like skin, and bateacei is named in honor of the famous explorer and naturalist Henry Walter Bates. Are emerald tree boas nocturnal? Yes. Most of their hunting and exploring is done by night, but emerald tree boas aren't completely lifeless during the day. Their daytime activity is limited to finding a good spot for sunbathing and stretching out like a cat whenever one side gets too warm.
Do emerald tree boas have fangs?
Technically, emerald tree boas don't have fangs. Fangs are only used to describe sharp, pointed teeth that are connected to venom glands, and emerald tree boas are non-venomous. When you look inside of their mouths, however, you might be hard-pressed to say that emerald tree boas don't have fangs. Their front teeth are large and razor-sharp, and their pinkish gums really stand out against their green scales. Their teeth might not be classified as fangs, but they definitely make an impression.
Is the emerald tree boa poisonous?
No.
Emerald tree boas aren't poisonous and don't have any venom glands.
Like other boa constrictors, they kill their victims by coiling around their bodies and slowly squeezing the life out of them.
Can an emerald tree boa kill a human? There have been no documented human deaths due to emerald tree boas. They aren't venomous, so their bite won't kill you, and they're generally small enough that their constriction is only dangerous to small mammals.
That said, they're still snakes. They can bite, hiss, coil, and display aggressive behavior if they aren't being properly handled.
How do emerald tree boas protect themselves? The greatest weapon of emerald tree boas is their camouflage.
They can move through tree canopies without detection because of their green coloring, and they're also quite agile thanks to their prehensile tails.
When they hear a predator coming, they can blend into their surroundings in the blink of an eye.
Something else that helps emerald tree boas is their slow metabolism. They don't have to eat or defecate as much as other snakes, so they don't leave obvious scent trails. They can go months without doing their business, and they usually wait for a rainy day so that the water will wash away all traces of their feces.
If predators can't find them, predators can't eat them. How do emerald tree boas hunt?
As nocturnal animals, emerald tree boas do most of their hunting at night. They're ambush predators that like to slither in the shadows until it's time to make a move. Their green color helps with their disguise. They're all but invisible when they blend into the leaves and branches of their favorite tropical trees. Between their natural camouflage and the darkness of the night, only the keenest of prey can see them coming. As for their hunting techniques, they mostly hang from the lower branches of trees until a mouse or lizard crosses their path.
Then, with their jaws wide open, they'll strike at a downwards angle and grab their unsuspecting prey.
Contrary to popular belief, emerald tree boas don't use their teeth to kill.
They're boas, and boas always constrict their prey and cause death through asphyxiation.
Their teeth are only for striking, stunning, and snatching.
How are captive-born emerald tree boas different from wild-born ones?
Captive emeralds are generally calmer and easier to handle than wild ones, especially if they've been raised by humans since birth. When a man-made enclosure is all that they've ever known, they're less likely to resist it. Even wild specimens can get used to captivity, however. They aren't an especially active species, so they don't get bored or restless in the way that other snakes might. They're laid-back animals that spend most of their time sunning and sleeping, so whether it's in a forest or a heated enclosure, they can still pursue their favorite activities. Just make sure that their habitat meets their exacting standards.